If the fear of finances or financial uncertainty is what's keeping you from leaving nursing when deep down you know and feel that you want to leave, I know the challenges that come up when you start to think about walking away from the steady paychecks that nursing provided for you. But once I realized what I was truly trading my peace and my health for in exchange for those paychecks, I knew that I had to figure something else out ASAP. Nursing wasn't sustainable for me long term because of the burnout, the exhaustion, and all of the mental and physical turmoil that I was being placed in my role as a nurse. Hey, I'm Mel, a former registered nurse turned entrepreneur and mentor for the burnt out nurse who secretly wants to leave nursing, but she's too scared to take that step. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I did to feel financially safe enough to walk away from nursing with no regrets. So the first thing that I did is build a consistent savings habit. So I made saving a non-negotiable. I made it a point to save a huge chunk of my paychecks. And if I couldn't save most of my paycheck because it was going out to rent, it was going out to bills, car note, utilities, all that, I made sure I saved at least a portion of it. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that savings habit, it became my safety net. So while I was still practicing as a nurse, that habit of saving gave me the flexibility to take time off when I felt exhausted and I felt like I needed a break. So essentially, it kept me from feeling trapped in a job just because I needed the next paycheck. So for me, it was really important to save. So by the time I made the decision not to go back into nursing, I already had a nice cushion saved up. So that way I could make a decision that felt safe for me financially and I wasn't scrambling and in survival mode. That added to my confidence to leave nursing without panic, without worrying about finances, with financial certainty. And I really want that for you too. I want you to know that you can absolutely start preparing now. So that way, when you do walk away from nursing, you're not doing it from a state of panic and a state of survival mode or a state of financial scarcity, because you don't want to take those patterns and those habits with you into your new chapter. And that's actually something that I walk nurses through in my signature program, how to create your own version of a financial cushion so you can figure out how much you would need, how much you would feel comfortable with in order to transition out of nursing and really explore the thing that you're interested in, the thing that you're curious about, without that financial uncertainty that keeps so many nurses stuck exactly where they are, even though they don't want to be there. But even on your own, you can get clear on what it will actually take for you to feel financially safe and secure in your decision. So the second thing that I did was find low effort side jobs, gigs to supplement my income. Things that didn't take a lot of energy or effort on my part. I was already moving from nursing, which took a lot of effort, a lot of energy, brain power, a lot of physical power. So it was very important for me to transition into other ways to create income that were little to no stress, because I know what it feels like to already be in a chronic stress cycle. But I also knew that I wanted to get myself out of that cycle. So I started doing whatever it took. First, since I had money saved in the bank, I started with dropping down to PRN, and I would just pick up shifts here and there. I'm not going to sit and list all of the things that I did because it's been a lot of things. It's been so many things that I've done to supplement my income. But the point that I want you to get from me sharing this, ask yourself, are you willing to do whatever it takes for your peace of mind, for your health, for your sanity? I know I was willing to do whatever it took, even though it wasn't the most glamorous, driving people around, doing Uber, things like that. But they did provide flexibility and that freedom that I was craving, and the space that I needed to rest, to breathe, so that I could really figure things out. So that way I didn't have to rely on my nursing income. So that's what was really important for me. I didn't want to feel stuck in nursing just because it provided me with steady paychecks. Like I said in the beginning, once I really sat and got honest with myself, it absolutely was not worth the emotional, mental, and physical toll that it was taking on my health in exchange for that. So I was willing to do whatever it took to end that cycle. Can I be honest with you for a second? I always say that nursing is a quote unquote safe career because even though it provides you with the consistent, steady paychecks, it doesn't provide you with the mental stability that you need to be your healthiest, the stability that you need to not be burned out. It doesn't help you in those areas. So it's like trading one thing for another. I was like, wait a minute, feeling exhausted all the time, feeling the pressure that I felt as a nurse was absolutely not worth the paychecks. No amount of money is worth your health. Your health is priceless. You can't get that back. You can always find another job. You can always find another way to get income. Those are replaceable. Your mental health, your physical health, that's not replaceable. So I really had to get real with myself and put my foot down and say that that wasn't okay. Enough is enough. But I really encourage you to think about what financial safety and security looks like for you. What does that feel like? What number is that for you? So you can start building a financial cushion for yourself too, even if it's in small steps. So the third thing I did, which was extremely important, was that I started learning about the things that truly interest me. Even if I just had like a glimpse of curiosity, I would follow that. So I got super curious about business, about entrepreneurship, about personal development. I started going in that direction. I invested in countless courses, books, different trainings, mentorships, and I really expanded my mindset. That really helped me build confidence from the inside out and actually see what's possible outside of nursing. This was huge for me because in this process, I realized that it wasn't just about the money. It was really about believing in myself enough to know that I actually could create a life that I loved outside of nursing. Because if you don't have that belief in yourself, then you're just going to stay stuck, living out the same cycle year after year. So it's so important to start tackling that now before you quit nursing, before you walk away from nursing. If you have a poor money mindset, if you have a poverty mindset, a struggle, lack, and scarcity mindset, no matter how much money you earn, you're going to continue to take those habits with you everywhere you go. So I really made it a point to start fixing that, start healing that. But if you're serious about leaving nursing, you're serious about building up that financial safety net so that you can move from survival mode into what's possible outside of nursing. That's exactly part of what I guide you through in my signature program. The details for that are in the link in the description. Ask for support if you have it, because when you're on a journey like this, it really does help once you have that guidance, you have that support from people that you trust, and from people who've done it before you, from people that you look up to, and from your loved ones if they're able to offer you support. So that can look like financial support, emotional support, anything you need. The key is learning to ask for help and receive that help, which is a huge part of this journey of coming out of burnout, coming out of survival mode into a life that you actually love. So that's what I did in a nutshell. I built my cushion. I found simple ways to earn extra income that did not add stress to my plate. And I focused on expanding my mind and my belief system, expanding my knowledge related to what it was I was interested in. So this ain't financial advice. This is just what worked for me. So just take what you need and leave the rest. A bonus tip that I want to give you before you go. Financial safety isn't just about how much you have in your bank account. It's about trusting yourself enough to handle what's coming next, to know that you got your back no matter what. Trusting yourself enough to know that it's okay to walk away from something that no longer serves you mentally and emotionally into something that does serve you mentally and emotionally, that not only looks good on the outside, that not only looks good in your bank account, but that also feels good in your spirit, in your body. It's about your peace of mind. It's about how you feel when you wake up in the morning, how you feel mentally, physically, and emotionally. So the more you learn to trust yourself with money, the less it controls your decisions. But I will say this, the longer that you do wait to feel safe, the longer that you'll stay stuck exactly where you are. And I really do not want that for you. So if you've been in that space, going back and forth between burnout, between fear, feeling stuck, feeling confused even, if you are ready to stop going back and forth with this decision about whether you should stay in nursing or leave, I made a free masterclass that'll finally help you get the clarity that you need. The link is in the description. And if you already know that you really want to take that next step out of nursing and you're scared of what comes next, you need support, you need guidance from somebody who's already done it. That's exactly what my Confidence to Quit Nursing signature program helps you do, with the exact steps that you need to make it through that journey successfully, to walk into your next chapter with clarity, with courage, with peace of mind. The link for that is below too. And honestly, I would not wait, because every week that you stay burned out is another week that you're teaching your body and your mind that exhaustion is normal, and it's not normal. And you deserve better. You can start building that safety now, piece by piece. The longer you wait to feel safe instead of creating that safety for yourself, the longer you're going to stay stuck. So I didn't wait for the perfect time. I created it. And that's really what I want you to take away from this video. Your sense of safety does not have to come from a paycheck. You have to build that up internally so that no matter what, you feel safe. No matter what, you know without a shadow of doubt that you got you, that you can take care of yourself. You have the confidence that you'll figure things out, and not in a way that sacrifices your mental and your physical health.